Big win in Texas last night. By the way, they broke a 10-game losing streak down in Texas, did those Phillies. And joining us right now to talk more about it, it is Oscar Budejen. He joins us now on 97.3 ESPN. Oscar, welcome back, my man. How you doing?
George, how you doing, man? It's great to be here with you. Look, Fighting Phils, we won 4 of the last 5 games. Look, we're doing what we need to do. We beat yesterday a very tough Texas Rangers. They had won 12 of the last 14 games at home. They won the last 5 series. But look, it's a beautiful thing. Phillies are in first place.
Oscar, let me ask you about this because, when you think about the conversation that you and I had last time was about Cristopher Sanchez, and Sanchez is putting together basically a Cy Young caliber season. For you, when you're watching him last night, I thought one of the most important points of the game was when he worked through the trouble early in the game. He's starting to show, Oscar, that this is not just a guy who's a good pitcher. This is a guy who has the mental capacity to work through tough outs.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he is. Look, he's been growing as a pitcher ever since he joins the Phils about 5-6 years ago. He's pitching out of his mind. The last 3 seasons have been unbelievable, and it's all based on the changeup. I mean, the changeup is one of the toughest pitches to hit. He has the lowest average on his changeup in all of baseball, number 3 in terms of whiff. And look, the guys continue to grow, not just physically, but also the mental part of the game. And you saw it yesterday. He did not have his best stuff yesterday, and he battled to 2 or 3 innings against a very tough lineup. I mean, he had the bases loaded and was able to get the last outs, in a couple of times on those games. And basically, that's the difference between winning a Cy Young and being kind of a good pitcher. And he continues to grow. And I think he's gone under the wing of Zack Wheeler. And there's not a better guy in that line, in that clubhouse to be under the wing of. And he's always admired Wheeler. And just like Wheeler admired DeGrom and grew as a pitcher, building his game around DeGrom. That's what you see right now with Cristopher Sanchez growing, not just as a great, he's becoming one of the best pitchers in all baseball.
You mentioned about the part about Zack Wheeler. Let me follow up with you about that because, we always hear stories about, guys will say, hey, I was kind of like lost, and then I met a guy. Like I remember this story Kurt Schilling used to tell when he came to Philadelphia, and when he finally met guys like Tommy Green and Terry Mulholland, how it changed like his mentality as a pitcher. So like you're talking about the idea of Zack Wheeler, a guy like Sanchez, is in the same room, and there is a bit of a there's a life barrier. They're from 2 completely different worlds, but they're both still doing the same job, right? So it's the idea that you're putting Sanchez in an environment that actually helps him become better, right?
Absolutely. And I give you the other example would be Luzardo. Luzardo has been inconsistent. The first 10 starts were unbelievable. With the last, 12 starts, he has not been the same pitcher. He's very inconsistent. A great game, one game. The next game, he gets hammered. I think he's going to benefit tremendously by having Wheels and Nola. Nola has not been there. He's been most of the time there in the clubhouse, but he hasn't been pitching the way Nola is. Those are 2 guys that their main focus is being the best pitchers they can be, and they're going to benefit from it. And particularly Cristopher Sanchez admires Zack. He said it on his press conference when he signed that extension. We're going to have this guy he's going to be here for the foreseeable future. And I love the idea of Andrew Painter and him being kind of our future. And trust me, Luzardo will get better. Luzardo he's going to become a much better pitcher. He has one of the best arms in baseball, and he just needs to be more consistent. And Luzardo is going to come around, as he continues to be in this team and continues to be in that clubhouse.
Talking with Oscar Budejen. Of course, he's part of the Phillies Spanish radio broadcast team. Joining us here, Josh Hennig hanging out with you on 97.3 ESPN. Phillies back in action tonight. It'll be, well, you mentioned DeGrom. They're going against DeGrom tonight. But the question about Wheeler, you brought him up. I have made people are all worried about the whole, the shoulder. Is it okay? Is it not okay? Oscar, I keep telling people, I go back to 2022 when Wheeler had the discomfort, they called it. Remember that in the elbow?
Yes.
He took
Yes.
some time off, and then he was perfectly fine. Maybe, just maybe, when you're 35 years old, you just might need a couple extra days off, right?
Well, I mean, and we need to keep in mind. I mean, he had 22 starts already. I mean, an average pitcher, what he has around 30 starts a year. He has 22 already in the season. Look, this is a marathon. I mean, this is not a 100-meter race, and a pitcher has to throw so many innings. He's thrown 139 innings already. So we got to give him some time. I mean, he needs some time to rest. I mean, he's not the youngest guy in our clubhouse, but we know how important he is to our ability to be able to win the World Series. And look, if he needs a couple weeks off, let's give him a couple weeks off. He will be fine. I mean, this is a professional. He knows how to pitch. He knows his body better than anybody. And look, he threw a bullpen yesterday, and all the expectations are at this point that according of how he comes today to the clubhouse, I mean, he's going to be pitching tomorrow. So he wants to win the Cy Young more than anyone in this world. He's at 262, 9-5 on the year, and he has one of the best whips. He's at 0.92 whip right now. So look, he has a chance to win it, and he's going to do everything he can to try to do it and take it away from Skeens and actually Cristopher Sanchez, which I think is the other guy that he needs to take it away from. Sanchez ERA right now is at 2.36.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild to have two guys on the same staff. And it does give you, I'm not saying it's the same, but it does give you a little bit of a back in the day when it was Halladay and Lee on the same staff, right? There's a little bit of that. You got the right-handed guy, the left-handed guy. Neither guy is like a pure fireball pitcher, right? Both guys throw hard, but they also have other pitches they work into the repertoire. So it's giving Philly fans some nostalgia, Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, look, we go back. We've had some great pitchers in this team. I mean, with Steve Carlton, the Steve Carlton era. You mentioned that era where we have all those aces. I mean, like Cliff Lee, like Doc Holliday. I mean, Roy Oswalt. I mean, we had some. I mean, of course, Hamels. I mean, look, this team is in a great position. When you have a great pitching staff, the chance for you to win are huge. We've had one of the best pitching staffs in our baseball. In ERA, we're number 4. Look, the addition of Duran, it's so important to this team. I mean, we needed, that's like a magic wand on this team and bringing that guy there. And look, he's been warming up out there. And I mean, I want him to come in on games where we've been hitting. I mean, we scored nine runs in the last game. I mean, I love the fact that the fans were booing Thompson the other day when he didn't bring him when we were winning 5-1. Look, we got to preserve that guy. That guy's special. He's the core of our bullpen now. I mean, look, the combination when Alvarado comes up, that he's already throwing in Lehigh. When he comes up on the 18th of August, from the 18th of August to the end of the season, those two guys are going to carry this team together with our pitching staff to be able to make it to win the division, which I think should be the objective. I mean, we're 4 games up on the Mets, and look, the best is yet to come.
You mentioned Duran. I got to ask you about that because, like, we've seen some good closers in Philadelphia over the years, but that entrance, like, that's got to be one of the most wild environments that I've ever seen. I haven't even been in the ballpark for it yet, but I got to imagine, Oscar, like, for someone who's calling the game, do you even get lost in it, being like, almost watching the entrance of actually talking about what's going on?
Look, last Friday, I felt we were in the middle of Red October, in the middle of a 9th inning, winning by 1 run and having to close the game. I mean, it was so special. I mean, look, it was impressive. It was surreal. The Phillies did a wonderful job on the entrance. I mean, emulating some of the things and even building on that. The Durantula component, believe me, Durantula mania is here and is going to be here for a number of years. I don't think this guy is going anywhere. And as long as he's healthy, this guy is going to be one of the best pitchers in this entire staff. I'm so impressed with him. And look, as I told you, I mean, it felt like Red October on Friday. I haven't experienced that since last October. Unfortunately, it didn't come the way we wanted. But look, what you want is another opportunity. And when you have Schwarber, the way he's playing, and when you have a Harper in this team, anything is possible.
Talking with Oscar Budejen. Of course, he's on the Phillies Spanish radio broadcast, joining us here on 97.3 ESPN. You mentioned the hitting. I got to ask you about that, Oscar, because I was saying before you came on, I'm getting to the point where there's one guy that I don't think you can even rationalize and we're taking out of the lineup, and that's Brandon Marsh. He is hitting .314 since May 3rd. And the way he's hitting, I understand you got two lefties coming up, Patrick Corbin tomorrow, and then you got Abbott on Monday. But Oscar, do you even consider?
I'll keep him. You have to.
Right?
You have to. I mean, there's no other way around it. Take a look at what he's done in August. 15 at-bats. He's 8 for 15 with 4 doubles and 2 home runs. 4 doubles and 2 home runs in 15 at-bats. His average is .533 and his OPS is 1.733. You're not taking that guy out of the lineup. You can't. He deserves it. Give him a chance. Let's see how he does against lefties. I mean, we know that has been his Achilles heel throughout his career. But look, this guy is on fire, man. This guy's on fire. You're not taking that bat out of his he's playing. I mean, he's going to be playing tomorrow and the next day against lefties. He has to.
I mean, I understand if you don't want to play him next Friday against Mackenzie Gore. Like, that's okay. I get that. You know, he's one of the best lefties in baseball. But Patrick Corbin is not exactly as good as he used to be. I would say, listen, you know, I'm sorry, Max Kepler. Let's put Marsh out in left field, put Bader in center, and let's ride this thing.
Look, I'm a big believer of this. This is there are 26 men in that clubhouse. They're all professionals. This is not about playing time. It's about winning. At the end of the day, it's about results. And if Kepler wants more playing time, start hitting and earn your time. I'm a big believer on that. I think March deserves to play every single day now. I would put in center field Bader, and I would put March in left field, and I'll ride with it as long as we're hot. Look, we won all 4 of the last 5 games, and we got to keep it going. I mean, look. While the Mets are down, take advantage of that and try to maximize. The Mets have lost 9 of the last 10 games.
Oscar, before I let you go, you mentioned the big guy's name, Kyle Schwarber. He's getting into that MVP candidate conversation. For you watching him, for me watching him, I got to ask you because, you know, you're sitting there calling these games, and me as watching the game, not calling the game, all I keep thinking when I watch this guy is, I can't believe this guy's gotten better every year. I mean, the guy has lost weight 2 straight years. He's become a better all-around hitter. He's walking more. He's striking out less. And then when he hits those bombs, I mean, it's almost reminiscent of Robert Redford in The Natural.
Well, he looks that way. Look, this guy, everything he does is amazing. I mean, what he's done this year is very, very special. It reminds me of what Harper did in 2021 when he won the MVP. This guy basically put his team on the shoulders and just rode with it. Look, he's 2 home runs away from taking the lead, or 3 homers away from taking the lead from Riley. He's leading the major leagues in RBIs, 2 ahead of Riley. And look, to me, Riley and him both deserves to be the American League and the National League MVPs. I mean, they being game changers. I mean, I know that Judge has have a much better OPS. I mean, he's hitting .339. Look, Judge was hitting .400 a month ago. He's down to .339. I mean, he's been collapsing just as the Yankees have been collapsing. And look, to me, I mean, Riley deserves a medal. He's a .941 OPS. 43 home runs. Both Schwarber and Riley, they lead the American League and the National League in home runs and RBIs. Those are big. Look, wild. Those are runs, man. Those runs count, and that's how you win games. So those 2 guys, to me, deserve it.
He's Oscar Budejen. Of course, he is on the Phillies Spanish radio broadcast. Him, Bill Kulick, Angel, you all do a great job over
El
there.
Gringo Malo, man. Don't forget the Gringo Malo, man. He makes it. He brings it on. You know him better than anybody.
Yes, he's a great dude too. So that's always helpful as well, right? When you work with someone who's a great person too.
Yeah, he's a great person. I mean, he's been doing this for 19 years. I admire what he's done, bringing Phillies baseball in Spanish for the last 21 years. I forgot. He's gonna kill me if he hears that I give him. I took 2 years away. 21 years. He was actually last week. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Hispanic Latin Museum in New York. So he
Wow.
was named to the Hall of Fame. So we're very, very proud of him.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Well, keep up the great work, you guys on that broadcast team. And Oscar, we'll talk soon.
We'll bring it up. Campanazo. Take it easy, guys. Thank you, George.
Josh Hennig here in the Dr. Squad studios, hanging out with you on 97.3 ESPN. For those who didn't hear, so previously I've told this story about how my previous radio job, we used to have the Spanish radio team, and I got to meet Oscar and Bill and Angel, and they're just all great dudes. So they do a great job on the Phillies radio broadcast, doing the Spanish radio side, and I thought.